Howdy folks, it's Ben Drew here with another tech tip, and it's going to be a little different this week because this week we're talking about WeVideo. Now, I think most of you probably should have heard about it, and I've mentioned it before, and it's one of my favorite tech tools that I've ever used. But I used it when I taught film and video multimedia, but then since I had the licenses, I was able to use it with my other classes. And it's a great video creation tool. And yes, it does cost money, but the awesome thing is that here at the region, we have several licenses that we can lend out. So we can give whole class sets for a certain project, and you can have those for a month. And then you give them back, and then other teachers can use them. So it's a great resource that we would invite you to take part of. You can contact me, and we can get you down and figure out when you want to do your project, how you want to do your project, and I can kind of help you with that. So this video is not going to be like a how to use it in total. I do have videos made for that if you do have those questions. This is more just to kind of show it off a little bit. So let's kind of look at more of the things in there. So you land on this page and you can create. So right off the get-go, you can have different types of projects. So it does just audio. You can do like a podcasting project. I know I've had students use it just for recording their voices. You can do screen shares, so it's great for teachers if you want to teach something. A lot of how-to videos I made for my students were done within this program. Take my rock and I drop it in. So we just drop it on there. 2.697 grams per milliliter. So if we think about density, we think about like oil and water. Oil and also hotter things are going to float. You think of hot air always rises. So if we do that, we see a few things happen. First off, we see a trench forming. And then you can make GIFs. And you can make short films. Hello, my name is Ben Drew. So you can see that I'm still standing in my classroom all alone. But lo and behold, drop the blanket, Jamie's been in here with me this entire time. And it's something that you can interact with in a scene. So if I was using... Editor's note here, if you are looking to create instructional media resources for your classroom, or if you like to make school videos or anything like that, and you're interested in WeVideo just for yourself, we do have a limited number of licenses that we can give to you that you can have to use for your school or for your classroom. So you can reach out to me and we can get that going. So some of the really sweet things that we have within this are the stock footage. I love the stock footage. So one of my best use case scenarios for this is, say you have students doing a research project, and you, instead of doing a presentation, they can create a short little documentary. So they say they're doing it on pandas. So they just come in here, they search up pandas, and then you get stock footage of pandas. That's not a real panda. That's not a real panda either. This is not a great example. All right, we got rid of the S and there. Now we have lots of footage we can choose from. Okay, so they can use this. They can do their documentary on pandas. They just drop it in. So then they can... So we have a bunch of footage that we dropped in. And then they can just record, pandas are a type of bear that live in Southeast Asia. And they eat bamboo. And et cetera, et cetera. So they can add titles that will allow them to put text underneath. There's a lot they can do with it. So that's one of my favorite uses. There's tons of transitions that they can use to transition between the clips. They just drag and drop. It's super easy. It's easy to trim clips. You just go to the edges and pull them. And they can also take videos on their phones, upload it into their Google Drive, and then import it into WeVideo. Other things that WeVideo has that are great, tons of audio. Every song I use in my tech tips I get from WeVideo. It's fair use kind of music, and you can go on there, you can type whatever you want, So I'm doing my panda documentary. I want to add some background music, so I like funk music, which is all the rage these days. And then I pop it down in the audio, and then you can add some titles. And there's lots and lots of different types, multi-lines. You click on them, you can see what it says. I just throw those down on top, and then if you double click on them, you can type in whatever you want. So I added my little title. I'm going to throw it down when I think the beat kicks in, and then you go back and watch it, and you can tweak it. All right, so your kids can have a lot of fun doing this. Another fun part of this is that they can collaborate. So you can create a shared project for 4 students, and they can all work on it at the same time. I've never seen another video creation program where more than one person can be in there editing together, just like a Google Doc. Normally, it's like, oh, I'll edit it for a while, then I'll pass it off to you. You can edit it for a while. But this, one can be working on titles, one can be working on video, etc. And you can actually see usage amounts and things like that. Other fun projects that I've done in the past is storytelling just using stock footage. So I've given them a challenge, like around Halloween. I'm like, create a scary trailer for a movie, but only use the stock footage and sounds within this program. There's also tons of sound effects, so it's not just music. You can filter it for just sound effects, and you can add a lot of things to your projects to make them sound great. So if you have an idea for a project that you think could be bolstered by WeVideo, reach out to us. We can figure out how to make it work for you. We can get you some licensing, and we can get you support in delivering that with your students. All right, that's it from me. We'll catch you in the next one.